in the browser right now, and you need to have the WindSim desktop or Windows 12 desktop version locally to do the pre-processing. So you run terrain on the local machine, and then you upload your projects to Accelerator to run the wind fields. And also afterwards, you need to download the project again to do the post-processing. And also right now, the project, a typical project, maybe 10 million sales, you could have like 10 gigabytes of data. The larger the project is, the more data. So it's, we have quite a lot of data. And if you have a slow internet connection, or anyways, it will take some time to download. So both uploading, downloading is a little bit of, can be a bottleneck. Of course, we want to improve that. So we plan on releasing. First, we start with the pre-processing, so that instead of starting on your local machine, you can start in a browser right away, so that you can have like a type of map that you can select the area, and that we run the terrain module also in the cloud, so you do not have to upload anything. And then later as well, after this is implemented, also we do some post-processing in the cloud as well. So maybe, that you just need to export, that we export some files, so that you only need to download smaller files, or do all the calculations in the cloud. So, so the two things I would like to show today, what we're working on. We call it the live plots. This I just want to show as a video, because it takes a little bit of time to start, and also you don't see the progress that well. And I rather spend time on showing the map module. That's much nicer to look at. So let's see if I can start this. Click, double click. Thank you. So here we just see the plots that you normally only see them after you've run the wind fields. But now we want to show it during the run. So now it's showing the spot values. It's updating very fast. It's a really small project, and it's so you see the iterations flow by. Now it's switched to the residual values. So you see it start high and it goes slowly down, as you would expect. So this is very important information, so that you can see how the your simulation is behaving. So so normally you switch between looking at the spot values, residual values, and also the field value. Animation is also something we will have in the future. So for the spot values, you need to see if it gets stable, and the residual values to see if it goes down to goes down, and also to 0, or at least a low value. Right now, we show only like one sector at a time. So also we plan on showing multiple plots at the same time. So you see the progress of your simulation, and also they can make a decision. Maybe if you see it's behaving strangely, it will not converge, you can stop it or cancel it. Or if you are happy with how it looks like, you think, okay, it's not changing much, but it maybe oscillates a bit, or it's just does not hit it the convergence criteria perfectly, or then you could also stop. And because the residual value is like an average over the entire field. So it could be that you have some small recirculation area in some valley that you're not interested in, and then the simulation will take a long time to converge fully. But then you can see and decide to stop before. So this was also some of our customers requested this to show the progress during the run. So that will be, so we're working on it right now. It will be delivered in a couple of weeks, maybe. We will launch it, let's hope. Okay, I'm not allowed to, sorry, I'm not allowed to say dates. And then the next is the map. I also have a video, but I want to show it live. Maybe I did running on little smack, and I'm don't want to break things. This is the one. Yes, thank you. So this is just a development URL. So I will go into to a project, and then you see that we have a map module on the left. So if I click on the map module, that normally that would be the starting point of your project. But since this is just a demo and a development version, not everything is fully in place. So we start with the map, and you can zoom in on the map to some, for example, let's try to find Tunsberg. So where we are right now, or at least where I am right now. And then, yeah, we have two different ways to use it. So now suddenly I am somewhere else, sorry. Reset the map, start again. Try to find Tunsberg once again. It's a bit hard to zoom in this Mac. I'm not used to it, I'm sorry. So we call this the, so I even was able to manage to turn it around. That's I've never seen this before. This is actually the box selector, but I wanted to use the markers. So you can add like turbine positions or points that we're interested in, and you can see that this is supposed to be the refinement area, so it increases based on the points that you add. It can be turbines, met masts, something else you're interested in. You can remove them by right-clicking, which is not working on the Mac, sorry, but you can also do that from the list. So you see every time I have 9 points, if I add another point, it gets added to the list, and I can remove it from the list. And also when I remove things, also the area will be changed based on what the area we have selected. You can also see that if I add something, the area increases. So you see the size of the model area. I can also manually change it to something larger. Maybe you want to have an area that's 10 times 10 kilometers. And then you can see the area gets bigger. So this is supposed to be the refinement area, as I said, and then also we have a border area around it. So we will extract the entire area. Right now, this border area is a bit small, so in the future it will be bigger because we have some default settings we normally use, or default recommendations that from the turbine position to the edge of the refinement area should be 1 kilometer at least. And outside it should be maybe up to 10 kilometers, even so much larger. So that's for this demo version. It's not not, so don't don't follow these recommendations that I'm sharing right now. We will improve that. So that's so that's the marker. You can also actually add markers if you have like a list of turbine positions. You can paste them all here and add them at the same time. Also here now we also have the layers on the right side, so you can toggle the markers on and off. And also have a roughness layer. So now the opacity is only 20%, but if you set it higher, you can see the roughness better. So that's 100%. You actually see the real the roughness that we can use and also import. So this would be a good starting point, I think, for most users. So you don't need to use external tools anymore. Probably for many projects, maybe this isn't enough. The elevation data and roughness data you get, but maybe for some other projects, we will also have to include a feature that you can import your own data. So that will also be a possibility if you want to do more advanced things. Like I said, two versions, the marker module, and we also have the box selector. Box selector, that's just, it's just a box. It's just a rectangle. You can click somewhere and you get the rectangle on the map. It's a bit easy if you don't have any turbine positions or anything, or you just want to do a screening. But yeah, you can. It works the same way. You can change the model area or other things. So the model area, but we also had. Let me see. Yeah, so this elevation and roughness is something we will actually probably remove in the first version. So we moved from using Google Maps and Global Mapper. We moved to the ArcGIS and Esri. So they have some other data sources that are much better. So ArcGIS has a data source called Global Elevation. And then it kind of merged a lot of the public data sets. So then in Norway, they use some databases at 10-meter resolution. And for example, in Netherlands, I think down to 1 meter. And maybe other places in the world, they use the SRTM. That's 30-meter, I think. So you have quite good elevation data. And also there's some roughness data all the way down to, I think it was 10-meter resolution. Let me open another project that we've run before to show you the next module. So we want to introduce the map module. So that's this map, but afterwards, of course, you have to need to go down and create a 3D model. Here in this, right now we call it model, but that's actually the same as the terrain module that we have in the desktop version. So now it's not loaded yet. So this is like the terrain module. So on the left side, you have the same things as you recognize from terrain. So you can set. Right now, this project has been run, so I'm unable to change it. But normally, you would be able to change like these settings. So to set the number of cells, and so the height distribution factor. You can also choose to use the vertical, like I told before. The WindSim 12 options will be available, like the arithmetic and the geometric expansion, smoothing, forest, things like that. And after you've run the 3D model, then you can visualize the same images, the report images that we used to have on the desktop version as well. First time it takes a little bit of time to load. See, there it is. So it looks like we normally have in terrain. Actually, it's and then we have all the other things, like the roughness again after it's merged into the model. You can show it look at it once more. Again, this is first version. We will improve the speed, and here also you have this again several layers, and you can show and change the transparency. So here I'm using my arrow keys on my keyboard to go up and down to increase the number. Then you can also look at the roughness. And also for some of the results, we have like a table as well. So you have kind of a split of map or model result and tabular data. So here you see all the cells. So they're quite small. Quite a lot of cells for this model. Let's see how many cells. 7 million cell project. So you can also choose to look only at the map or only at the table. And after this, you have set up your terrain module. You're happy with how it looks, then you can go to the next module, to the wind fields, and run the wind fields as you know before. So so this is basically the changes. So there anything more? Questions maybe? Or do we do this? Or do we answer them in the chat?
Yeah, we will take a break. So,
Yeah.
so we've been running for almost 1 hour